The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Now, interestingly enough, either during that tour or off the back of that tour, you've ended up doing a song with Ghostface.
Yes.
That was the Bills joint.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that's come about because your manager's the dude that's brought him over, you're booked for the support, a bit of a rapport's been built, and then that song came about how?
So what happened was initially I got called up by my manager, and my manager was like, do you want to go Ugg boot shopping with Ghostface today? And this is before that we even had done anything. So he wanted me to chauffeur Ghost to go and get Ugg boots. And so I called Junior and I was like, what are you doing today? And he's like, oh, I think I got some shit. I'm like, nah, fuck that. We're going to do this. And he's like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, let's go do that. And I was like, yeah, sick. So we took him Ugg boot shopping. We were hanging out, just basically like doing shit. And then, yeah, and then we pulled over, and because Ghost wanted to get some Maccas. And so we pulled over and started, he bought 3 fillet-o-fish, I remember, because I was just like, that's such a weird order. And then when he bought the 3 fillet-o-fish, he was hitting on the chick. Well, he wasn't hitting on her, but like he was hitting on her for me, trying to like get the chick to like be like, yo, like, you know, we're playing a show tonight. It's in Margaret Court Arena. Like, where's it at? And he was just like talking to me about it. I'm like, yeah, it's Margaret Court Arena. And he's just like, yeah, Margaret Court Arena, like that you should come down or whatever. Like, you know, like homie's gonna be there and shit. And I was just like, fuck yeah, this is fresh. Okay. and then anyway, and so we got back in the car, and then he was talking about like he wanted to do some stuff with American artists here. And I was just like, well, I'm supporting you, man. Like, I've got stuff. And he's like, oh, play me your shit. So we were in the car playing. And then he was like, man, I like your shit, man. Like, if you want to do it, like, let's do it right now. Let's, like, go to the studio and do it right now. And I was like, holy shit. And so it sort of came about in that way. And then I was like, well, how much, obviously, like, you're going to be a feature? How much, like, costs? And he was like, it was quite a bit. And I was just like, well, I don't really have that money right now because I am who I am. And so, and I mean, like, it's sort of funny because, like, when that song came out as well, just to, like, go off topic for a second, everyone was like, yo, man, like, he fucking obviously paid for this, like, blah, 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 like, you know, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, dude, but everyone gets fucking paid. Like, it's like, you have to pay someone for their time and for, like, the shit that they do. And obviously, like what happened was, like, I was there at the right place at the right time, and this happened. So I just wanted to address that a little bit because I just find it so funny that there's so many people that say that shit all the time. But anyway, going back. And then, yeah, and so, like, I called up my manager, and then my manager was talking to me, like, we were just outside, and I was just like, he wants yada yada, and I don't have that. And he was like, well, I can give it to you and you can pay me back. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't really want to do that because I'm not that type of guy. Like, I hate borrowing money off people. I'm always like a pay my own way type of dude. Like, I fucking hate that shit. And so he was like, no, like, I know that, like, you know, it's not like an interesting and whatever. And like, and I trust my manager so much, man. Like, he's got my back. And so I was like, all right, let's do it. So we did do it. And then he, as much as Ghost is a hustler, my manager is very much a hustler, and was just like, oh, since we paid you that, like, blah, 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 we will, like you got to do the video as well. And he's like, oh, and he was like, toss a turn or whatever. And he's just like, no, like, you got it. Like, come on. Like, you know, brought you over for tour or whatever. Like, you got to do it. And so he was like, yeah, all right. And like, he definitely wanted a little bit more cash, and like, kudos to him. Like, you got to hustle. But, yeah, and so we ended up doing all of that stuff. Like, we did the song in, like, one day. I already had my verse done, and, like, it was pretty much just had a feature on there that I was trying to find a feature for, and that so happens that was the song. And then I think it was when we went to Brisbane, that's where we shot the music video. So it was probably, like, I think it was 2 weeks after that we shot the video there. And, yeah, it all got done and wrapped, and, yeah, it was sick. And when it came out, it was amazing. And I'm just like, man, I'm just like once again, I'm very lucky, and I'm just very fortunate to be in the positions that I'm in. And yeah, it's just, man, like, manifestation and shit. Like, that's what I've been doing again now. And that's the reason why I think all this, like, what I don't know, it's fucking weird. Like, I don't necessarily believe in that shit, but like, I do believe in energies and stuff. And like, if your energy is in the right place at the right time and you're doing that, then opportunities arise. And so, like, that's just what it was, I really feel.
Now, you've recorded the song, you've done the video, but you didn't drop that song maybe like 6 months after it was done. Now, I remember at the time there was a lot of talk about this, and I remembered that 1200 Techniques had recorded a song with Ghostface about a year before that. And then I heard speculations that your song didn't come out because you wanted to put some space between your feature with Ghost and the 1200 Techniques feature with Ghost. Is there any truth to that, or what was the reason behind, waiting a while before you put the song out?
I didn't even know about the 1200 Techniques song until it came out. So that did come out, and then I listened to it and I was like, oh, okay, sick. And then I remember, I think the reason was because we couldn't get onto the dude for a little bit that was doing the video. And I think he was just like going through like some shit, like, life shit. And we were sort of like a bit worried, and we needed the video to be out the same time as the song. And so that's what we were sort of waiting on, because I had no idea that 1200 Techniques had done a song with Ghostface at all. And then when theirs came out anyway, because we were sort of, we wanted it to come out around that time too, but because we got pushed back by that, it was sort of a blessing in disguise anyway, because I wouldn't want like 2 songs come out or whatever. And I mean, like, they're an Australian act too. Like, I don't want to like, I don't want to put 2 things out at the same time and just like ruin someone else's chances type thing of like, doing that sort of stuff. So, we just had to wait for the video guy. And then when he pulled through, then we're like, sweet. And then we got it all together and then put it out. I think it was the start of early start of the next year, I think. So, yeah.
The lesson.
2-7. Oh, yeah.